My boyfriend faked his own death and got away with it for years, so now I'm going to confront him. What's the worst way you've ever been dumped? Because this definitely tops the list for me. My boyfriend, let's call him Andrew, and I had been dating for about 3 years, and I thought we were the perfect couple. We were talking about getting married. We had just moved in together, and I thought he was the perfect man for me. He was like a man that was written by women. The worst thing about our relationship is that Andrew was an entrepreneur, so he was constantly traveling. He was gone for about half the month, usually a little more than half the month, but whatever. He was really successful and super passionate about his business, so I really didn't have that big of a problem with it. One day, I'm living my picture-perfect life with my dream man, and the next day, everything completely changes. Andrew was on a business trip, and I get a call from his mom, and she's absolutely hysterical on the phone. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong, and finally, she tells me that Andrew had been in an accident, and he didn't make it. My world absolutely crumbled. I was building my entire life with this man, and then one day, he's just gone. I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping, I was just a shell of myself. Honestly, I just thought I was never gonna be the same ever again. Like, a part of me was now missing and I could never get it back. The funeral, there was a funeral, was extremely small. It was just his immediate family, a few close friends, me and my family. And I gave a eulogy. I gave a eulogy for a man that was not dead. I bet you that narcissist watched all of the videos too, just seeing what everyone said about him. And then just like that, I had to figure out what life was gonna look like without him. I tried to stay in touch with his family over the years, but it was just hard. I love them, but talking to them was really, really difficult because it just reminded me of how much I missed him. And just like that, 2 years has passed and he's still so present in my life. I think about him all the time. I still wear his old clothes to go to sleep. I have pictures of him everywhere. I talk about him all the time. Again, like he was my soulmate, or so I thought. But a few days ago, my coworker came up to me and she was so excited to show me the photos she took on her recent trip to London. As we're flipping through the photos, one of them catches my eye. I was like, wait, stop, go back to that one. Can I see that? And immediately I start bursting out into tears because the photo is a photo of my coworker at dinner, and behind her at a different table is 2 men. And one of the men looks exactly like Andrew. So I'm just getting more and more emotional looking at this photo because he looks exactly like Andrew. And as I'm looking at the photo, I notice the tattoo on his arm. It is the exact tattoo that Andrew has. And it's a unique tattoo. I've never seen anyone else with it. And in that moment, I knew it was Andrew. And then I noticed on his wrist is the custom leather bracelet that I bought him for our 2-year anniversary. At this point, there's no doubt in my mind, this is Andrew. But I'm completely shocked. Like, how does one even react to that? Like, there is no correct reaction. I'm telling my coworker, I'm like, listen, I might sound crazy, but my boyfriend's not dead. He's alive in London, which is insane because he used to travel to London for work all the time. At this point, I don't even know what my next steps are. Do I call his family? Does his family know? Am I the only one that doesn't know? Like, how deep is this con that he's running? So I decided it's time to start going detective mode because all I have is a photo of Andrew at this restaurant. So I asked my coworker what the name of it is because it's kind of this small mom and pop restaurant, and I call them up. I do an international call to this restaurant all the way in London. So I call up the restaurant and I asked to speak to the manager, and the guy on the phone is like, actually, I'm the owner. I'm like, even better. And I tell him that I'm gonna email him over a photo because my friend and I were at dinner and both our phones died, and this really nice man at the table behind us offered to let us borrow his phone, and he ended up leaving and he forgot to get his phone back, and I'm trying to find a way to get it back to him. I was like, can you help me and let me know if you recognize him? He was like, of course, email me over the photo. So I do. I get his email, I email it over, and I'm waiting for him to receive it. And all of a sudden I hear him go, oh my gosh, yeah, it's Daniel. He and his wife have been coming here ever since we opened 5 years ago. They were one of my first customers. So, who's Daniel? Why does Daniel have a wife that he's been with for at least 5 years? I guess there were no other questions at that point. Those were them. I said, perfect, thanks. I'll bring the phone in and you can give it to him then, and just hung up because I was in complete shock at that point. The owner did give me his full name, so I was able to go and look him up online. There weren't a ton of photos of him. I think he was trying to stay off the radar, but there were about 3 pictures of him that I could find within the last 2 years. I never had any idea that he had a full double life in London, and I never had any idea that he wasn't actually dead. So I was just really going through a lot. The only thing that I could think to do is book a trip to London and show up right outside of his door. Kind of like Conrad in The Summer I Turned Pretty when he went to Paris, but less romantic. There's a lot more to this story, and I'm gonna figure it out. My boyfriend faked his death for over 2 years, and I finally got to confront him. Okay, if you haven't seen part 1 to the story, go watch that and come back here. But to catch everybody up, I was dating my boyfriend Andrew for almost 3 years when all of a sudden I get a call and I find out that while he was traveling for work, he got in an accident and didn't make it. I was devastated. I went to his funeral. I cried with his family. And for the past 2 years, I've been grieving him. But then all of a sudden last week, I learned that he's alive and well with his wife in London. You've never seen a person book a plane ticket faster than I booked that plane ticket to London. I didn't even tell any of my friends or family that I was going. I think a part of me was just hoping that I was wrong and that it wasn't him. It wasn't until I was actually on the plane to London that I sat back and realized that I had just been running on adrenaline since I found out that Andrew was still alive. I had no plan. I was on a plane on the way to London and I had no idea how to find this man. I don't have any way to contact him. He's been dead to me for the past 2 years. The only thing I knew is that he was a regular at that restaurant where my friend ate and got a photo of him. So that was my only option. I was just gonna have to go there and hope for the best. So I touched down in London and I don't even go to my hotel first. I book it straight to the restaurant and I got there literally 5 minutes before it closed. So when I get to the restaurant, there's a man standing at the front. I was like, hey, by any chance, are you the owner of this restaurant? And he was like, yeah, I am. How can I help you? And I told him that I was the girl that he had spoken to on the phone about Daniel's phone. Daniel, yeah. Apparently, that's Andrew, my Andrew's real name. I told him that I wanted to return Daniel's phone to him himself so that I could thank him for letting me borrow it and just being such a nice guy. I was convinced he was gonna kick me out of his restaurant because I felt like I was coming off so weird, but instead he looked at me, he smiled, and he said, that is such a nice gesture. Lucky for you, Daniel comes in every single morning at 7 a.m. and he drinks his coffee right at that corner table over there. I was like, every day? He's like, yeah, like clockwork every single day, which was absolutely crazy to hear because he did the exact same thing at the exact same time at a cafe near our house when we were together. So I go back to my hotel and I attempt to sleep that night, but obviously that didn't happen. I was just playing over and over in my head how this interaction was gonna go, but nothing was gonna prepare me for what happened. So I get to the restaurant the next morning, the minute it opens at 5:30 a.m. and I wait. I sit at a table near where his corner spot is. And as it gets closer and closer to 7, I realize that I cannot do this. I cannot confront him like this at 7 in the morning in this cafe. And also part of me was still hoping that this was all a mistake and it was just the craziest coincidence of my whole life. But it was like 6:50, so I had to think fast what I wanted to do. So what I decided was to take off the ring that I wore every single day. It was a ring that Andrew got me for my last birthday that we spent together, and it was super unique. He got it custom made, and I loved it. And I went and I put the ring on that corner table where Andrew sits, because I know that if it's Andrew, he'll see that ring and recognize it immediately. And then I left the restaurant and I found a spot where I could sit a little bit away, but I could still see the front door of the restaurant and I could see in the windows where that corner table was. And then at about 7:02 a.m., there he was. I saw him walking up towards the restaurant and I can't even describe how I was feeling when I saw him. Sick, like absolutely sick. To my surprise, he's not alone. He's with a woman, I'm assuming his wife, and not one, but 2 children. The older one looks to be about 7 or 8, and the younger one is a toddler. And based on the age of the older kid, yeah, it was born before Andrew and I were together. So he had a full child while he was with me for 3 years. So I watch all of them go inside and I'm just waiting to see what happens. But immediately the toddler grabs the ring off the table and then I see Andrew kind of fish it out of his hands. And when Andrew looks to see what's in his hand, I see him just go pale. His wife is talking to him. Now she looks concerned because he looks so concerned. They're just talking back and forth. And all of a sudden, I just see him gather his stuff and just leave. Just leaves his family. So he walks out the front door and he's looking everywhere trying to find me. But I did a good job. I was wearing a baseball cap and I had my book that I was reading. So I just kind of like covered my face a little bit. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I was kind of like one of those stereotypical cartoon characters when they're trying to spy on somebody, but you know what? It worked. He didn't see me. And then he just leaves. He walks back down the road, left his family in the restaurant, and I knew. It is Andrew. There's no doubt about it. His reaction to the ring told me everything that I needed to know. And about an hour and a half later, I get a text on my phone from a number that I didn't have with an address and a time, 7 p.m. Oh, he still remembers my number. How romantic. When I get to the restaurant that he sent me, I walk in and he's already there. Seeing him up close for the first time, I can't even describe how I was feeling. It was insane. I walk over to the table. He gets up and starts to go to hug me. I'm like, oh, do not touch me. No. And for what felt like forever, we're just sitting there staring at each other, not saying anything. I'm just looking at him because, I literally just thought that he was dead, and now he's right here in front of me, the man that I thought I was going to marry. Finally, he says, so it's really good to see you. How have you been? How have I been? I said, well, I don't know if you've heard, but my long-term boyfriend actually passed away really unexpectedly a few years ago, and I've really been struggling with it, really been grieving. It's been hard. So, not the best. What about you? That's when he says, yeah, you deserve an explanation. I was like, yeah, you think? You think I deserve an explanation? And that's when he tells me the most insane thing I've ever heard in my entire life. He tells me that his wife and him have now been together about 8 years, but in the first couple years of their marriage, she got a job opportunity in London and she moved there with their oldest child. But he still had to wrap up business in the United States, so he couldn't move with her immediately full time. Then one night he meets me at a bar. I ask him his name, and for some reason, he decides to say it's Andrew. And so it began, his whole separate life as Andrew. When, his real name all along was Daniel. And then after 3 years, all of the things with his business were settled, so he was ready to move to London full time. So that's when he had to end our relationship. I said, why didn't you just end our relationship? Why didn't you just break up with me? Like a normal person would have. You faked your death. He was like, it was the only way. I had to make sure that you never tried to contact me or find me or found out that I had a wife because I didn't want to destroy my family. Yeah, that's normal. He also said that he felt like he needed to fake his death because Andrew became such a big part of him and a part of his life that he loved, and he needed to go through the symbolism of Andrew dying so that he could just move on to being Daniel full time. What? I'm sorry. What? I was like, okay, so does your family know? Like, what's going on? He was like, yeah, no, everyone knows. You were the only one that thought I was dead. I said, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, you were the only one. I was like, what about the funeral? What about everybody at the funeral? He was like, yeah, you and your family thought that I had passed, but yeah, everybody in my family and my friends, they knew. I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all have seen the show Jury Duty, where it's like the one guy and everyone else are actors. Like, that's what happened to me. Like, I thought that everybody was grieving this man. They're all sobbing. Great actor. Apparently, family full of amazing actors. Because they look distraught. Also, family of terrible people. Because how? How do you do that to somebody? He was like, I'm sorry. It just seemed to make the most sense in the moment. I was like, I'm sorry. I just don't know anyone who would think that was the way to go about all of this. Then he says, I still care about you so much. I love you. I think about you every day. I check in on you every once in a while, see what you're up to. I was like, shut it. I don't want to hear it. So I get up and I start walking out because I have nothing else to say to this man and I don't want to hear another word come out of his mouth. And as I'm leaving, that's when I hear him have the audacity to say, so you're not going to tell my wife, right? I just look at him. I don't even respond. And then I leave. But to be honest, I'm a little conflicted if I should tell his wife or not. I know I should, but also they have a family and they seemed really happy when I saw them at the restaurant. So I don't know. Maybe I just go home and let him live on as Daniel and leave Andrew in the past. Let me know what you think and I'll let you know what happens.
My boyfriend of 5 years cheated on me, left me for another girl, and now he's back, so this is how I'm planning to get revenge on him. We have known each other since we were 5 years old, but we've only been in a relationship for 5 years, and last November, he all of a sudden says that he wants to break up with me because he fell in love with someone else. So when he told me this, I am absolutely devastated, as you can imagine, but I'm definitely not the one to chase. So I tried to act really cold, even though I was absolutely broken inside, and I was like, okay, it's your decision. I'm gonna move out. Don't even worry about that. When they say they always come back, they mean it. I didn't think this was gonna be this fast, but 2 months ago, he all of a sudden reaches out and says that he misses me. I hated him and I hate him so much that I was like, okay, this is the perfect time to get a revenge. Little does he know that I'm saving $500 on his dime every month until I eventually leave him. Little does he know that I created a fake Snapchat and added his father, and now his father is cheating on his mother with my fake profile. I mean, I usually don't like to get family involved, but the truth is that his mother took his side and said that it was my fault that he left me because I was such a bad girlfriend. But wouldn't it be ironic? Because if I'm at fault for her son cheating, then she's at fault for her husband cheating on her too. Little does he know, I spoke to my rental manager and signed a contract to leave this apartment we're in, which is in my name, in December, the same week he'll be gone on a work trip. Won't it be funny when he comes back from that work trip? Locks are switched, his girlfriend's missing, his stuff in the dumpster, and nowhere to live. Oh, and did I mention that his dream car is actually in my name because at the time he bought it, I had better credit score. Don't worry, I've already started the process of selling it and it'll be towed to California in the same week he'll be gone on the work trip. I'm planning all this ahead, so in December, when he comes back from his work trip, he's not gonna have his car, he's not gonna have his apartment, and he's not gonna have his girlfriend. He thought he could cheat on me, leave me for another girl, and then come back because that didn't work out without any consequences.
Unhinged things I did in my first year of university. Starting off, some of you may know my ex-boyfriend was a twin. We dated all through first year of university, but the unhinged part is that my best friend / roommate was dating his identical twin. Well, they're still dating. We're not. We had a lot of fun with this. For example, our residence building had really strict sign-in policy. You could only have a certain amount of guests per semester, so we would sign one of them in and then have the other one sneak in pretending to be the other twin so that we wouldn't run out of guest passes. If you work for Western, you didn't hear that. That's not true. Another unhinged thing I did was Hell weekends. It was like the first night, the big night for going out. I had like a severe allergic reaction the night before. Thought I was dying, debated going to the hospital. Woke up with the most puffy face. It looked like I had gotten botched lip filler done, but I still wanted to go out. So of course, I spent 2 hours icing my face, literally running our freezer ice cubes over my face for 2 hours to try and depuff. And I guess it worked good enough because I went out that night. Something a lot of people don't know about being an influencer is that a lot of your brand deals are super last minute. I'm sitting in a lecture one day and I get a text from my agents telling me that I have this opportunity, but it's got a really short deadline. It had to be done by the end of the day, and if I wanted to do it, I had to go buy certain products from the brand. I already had some of the products, but they wanted them to be like new product. I stood up, walked out of my lecture, and got into an Uber straight to Sephora. I have a lot more, however, I'm kind of scared TikTok's gonna get mad at me for saying them. Let me know if you guys want a part 2 and I'll spill the really juicy stuff.
Here are some things that my best friend's ex-man did and she still stayed. Guys, I wish I were kidding. This is a foul list, okay? Starting off strong because they got worse and worse, he would call her fat. He would tell her that he liked her better when she was skinnier. He likes healthier girls. My best friend is not fat. He likes healthy, skinny girls with EDs. This was vocalized. Number 2, this one would have sent me. He would be like, yeah, like I really want to have a threesome with this friend of yours or this friend. He would name drop friends that he wanted to have threesomes with. Imagine being at dinner with your man and he's like, that friend Abby of yours? Yeah, let's have a threesome. Number 3, when they were in Tokyo together, my best friend made food for her mans, obviously, because they were like having dinner. And he didn't tell her that he didn't intend on having her stay over. So he kicks her out of his apartment in Tokyo. She lives, mind you, 2 hours away. A 2-hour commute away. He was just like, when do you intend on leaving? This is his girlfriend. She made food. She bought the food. She cooked for him. And then he was like, can you get out? I kind of want alone time. Best believe when my best friend told me this, I was like, wait, and this man is still breathing? Number 4, when they were all at his father's birthday dinner, her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend decided to invite 2 of his like girl best friends, ? And mid-dinner, he points to one of the 2 of the girl best friends and goes, you're my favorite. In front of his dad at his dad's birthday dinner. You know why she was there? Because she's his girlfriend. So she's sitting there listening to her man go, you're my favorite, to another girl. He would have never made it out of that dinner alive if it were me. Never. Okay, number 5, like we're almost done. But when they were breaking up, he was telling her about how when they had a rough patch and like she wasn't in the country, he would like have so many girls in his DM. And one time he like had a girl over at his place while they were dating, mind you. And he had his dick out. Verbatim, that's what he said. He had his dick out, but he chose not to do anything because it was like he had a girlfriend. Because he wanted to like respect the fact that he had a girlfriend. So he chose not to do anything. Do you want a medal? Like, is that what you want? Standing ovation! Man stays loyal to girlfriend! And then just a casual one to end it here. Mans was not poor, okay? He was not broke. But yet he chose to call her a gold digger. His family would be like, you're gold digging. He split an $8 delivery fee on a free pizza. He asked her, can you ET me $4 on a free pizza? He would make her take the bus all the way down to NYU to go see him. He never bothered to make the commute for her. He would leave her undelivered, ghost her, never ask her to hang out. When she was in Tokyo and she finally came back, he was like, I don't even want to hang out. And then they broke up. He didn't even break up with her. Isn't that foul? Isn't that foul?
Hey guys, get ready with me for school while giving you a story time of how I finally ended things with my ex of 2 years after breaking up for 45 times. Before I start, I just want to say that this video is only for entertainment purposes only, because I saw my last story time that a few people were saying that I need to move on, and I have moved on. I'm so much happier and I'm doing better in life. So okay, so I remember that a week prior I ended things with him because he wanted to do relationship stuff but not be in a relationship. And that got me mad because he knows I don't want that. Okay, so anyways, I remember I was laying down watching TikTok on my bed and I get a call from him out of nowhere. And I'm like, I'm not gonna respond because why is he calling me? Like, you know? So I never ended up picking up the call. And then I waited like 10 minutes and then he texts me. He's like, hey. And I didn't respond. I text my homegirls. I'm like, look what he just sent me. Like what should I do? But they weren't aligned to help me. So I kind of did text him. I was just like, hi. Like, you know? He replies like so quickly. And then he's just texting me. He's like, how you been? I'm like, I've been good. And he's just like trying to, I don't know, make conversation. But I'm just trying to like make him leave me alone. Because I don't want that. Like, I don't want to talk to him at all. So after a few minutes of making himself look dumb, he finally gets to the point and he's just like telling me, Leslie, I miss you, like, please don't leave me, and you know, those kinds of stuff. Me being the smart girl I am, I was like, I don't feel the same. I feel like we should like just end things already. Like, I don't want nothing to do with you. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. Like, just leave me alone. So he ain't listen, and he kept on spamming me with the same things all over again. And I was just repeatedly telling him no, that I don't want nothing. And he was like, I'll do anything, like, please, like, please take me back, whatever. I was not having it. He kept on, like, insisting that I give him another chance, and I didn't want that. So I tried to make him jealous, hoping that would work, making him, like, go away. And I was just, like, talking about, like, how I want somebody else, and, you know? And he's like, I don't care. Like, just make me your side piece. Like, you know? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And I say, like, this lasted us, like, 20 minutes, going back and forth. And I was getting so annoyed that I wanted to block him. And before I blocked him, he was like, please, like, I'll do anything, like, I'll let you go through everything, like, please, I just want to, like, be something with you again. I'm like, And don't call me desperate, but I did want to know what was on that phone during the whole week of no contact, because every single time we were to break up, he would always, like, talk to different girls and his exes, and I'm like, and if you wouldn't do the same, congrats to you. I was just curious. So for me to see what was on his phone or, like, his social media accounts, I lied to him and I said yes, just to, like, make him think that I do want him back, but I was just trying to see what was in there. So I know I was gonna find some weird stuff in there, so I got my phone ready to screenshot so I could use that evidence towards him or against him, so I could finally end things for the last time. Okay, so first I decided to go through his girl best friends and his homeboys DMs, because I know how they are and I know my name is mentioned in those DMs. So while I was scrolling through his homeboys chats, they were talking bad about me, and like I don't really care for that because he always does that. And I scrolled up a little bit further into the messages, and I saw that they were talking about some girl that my ex found attractive and tried to talk to, but I was in the way because I kept trying to go back to him and he took me back. I'm like, who is this girl, right? I took a screenshot of that and moved on to his girl best friend's chat. Tell me why the first thing I see is a video of him and another girl laying next to him on his girl best friend's bed. So I click on it, and like, I don't even know what they were doing. Like, she was just recording him and they were just talking nonsense. I don't know. But I'm like, what the hell is this? What did I just find, right? And so I saved that video for later, obviously, and I kept on going through my search. I knew who that girl was, so I searched her name up on the search bar, and her name didn't come up. Like, well, it did, but like there was no chat. Like, it was deleted. I just like searched up the possible names that he might have like talked to or like done stuff with, but nothing came up. Like, they were all deleted. And don't say like, what if you never texted him? Oh baby, I do know when he does something. Like, I don't know, like it's just my intuition. And so there was nothing like in those chats. I'm like, I know you deleted them before you even gave me anything. I low-key couldn't find anything else, so I just took what I had and just like sent it to him on messages. It took him a good long minute to respond, and he was just like repeatedly saying, I'm sorry, like I still want you, like you're the only girl for me, like please take me back, I won't do nothing like that ever again, like I'll be loyal, basically begging me to take him back just so he could do the bare minimum. Don't, what excuse my pronunciation, but this was going on for like 10 minutes straight until like I finally got tired of it, and I'm like, no, leave me alone. And so he keeps calling me. On the third time of him calling me, I finally pick up, and he was just like whining on the phone. Not whining, but like begging me to come back, like basically everything that he was texting me on messages. And after him like begging, I finally say something on the phone. I'm like, nah, like I don't want nothing to do with you no more. Like, I know better now. Like, you've done so many bad things to me, and I took you back, forgiving you, and you did it again. Like you disgust me, and blah blah. Like, I was standing on that. So I finally decided to say, have a good life, blah blah blah, and I hung up the call. He was still begging me to stay with him, and I was just ignoring him, leaving him undelivered. So I went to go ahead and like remove him from my socials. Tell me why when I got to Instagram, I saw that his following went up, and so I went to go check it out because I'm nosy like that. And I saw him following his exes again. I wasn't even surprised at that point. Like, I know he was gonna do it at one point, but like 2 minutes later, like what? Like, made me waste like a good 2 hours of my whole life just for you to do that again. He's so lame, but I'm finished. I'm going to get changed so I can go to school. But that's pretty much it, guys. Have a good day, have a good night, wherever you guys, and I love you.
Hey guys, get ready with me while I give y'all a story time on how my boyfriend's ex-girlfriend talking stage, I don't know, was talking shit about me. Before we start the video, this is for entertainment purposes. I do not care about the girl anymore. I don't care. The situation's not in my head. It doesn't live rent-free in my head. So it was passing period after lunch. We have like 5 minutes to get to our classes. My class wasn't that far, so like when we got to my class, we would like just stand outside my class like for a little bit. Anyways, when I asked him for his phone, he was like, no, I'm gonna be bored, blah 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 blah. I trust my boyfriend. We don't ever go through each other's phone, actually, like, ever. Like, we have never went through each other's phone. That class I had, it was looking like a free period. Like, my teacher really wouldn't care. Well, she would care, but she really wouldn't do shit about us being on our phones. And okay, like, I'm just like scrolling through it, whatever. I go to his messages. I'm like, wait, I've never really checked his messages before. Like, so I go to his messages and I go to his recently deleted, and like I see the contact name of a girl that I know he follows. No hate to that girl. I love that girl. I follow her. So I archived the messages. I don't know if that's what it's called. I just retrieved them, and I go to the very first message that was sent, and he was like, oh, I heard the girl was talking shit about my girl. Like, okay, period. Like, the fuck, defend me. The girl was hesitant to say something at first. I don't know. It just seemed like she was hesitant to say anything about what the girl said to me. About me. Until she finally got to her point, and I found out that my boyfriend's ex little thing was saying that I was fat, that I was ugly, and that I had no lips. Okay, bitch. First of all, I'm not ugly or fat. Yeah, maybe I have small lips. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. I look cute. But when I tell y'all, bro, that was friendly fire, bro. I wish I would show y'all the girl, but I don't want to make it seem like I'm bullying her on here. Anyways, my boyfriend was mad. I was fucking mad. I was mad only about the things she said about me, because, like, girl, okay, like, not too much on me, the fuck. Mind y'all, the girl, I'm not gonna say she's fat. She's chubby. She's just, like, wider and bigger than me, so, bitch, you're calling me fat, then what the fuck are you? Like, what? Just, like, a little special shout out to the girl that was telling him all of this about the girl said, because she had mentioned, like, oh, I'll upload, like, a little screenshot, or I don't know, maybe not. Anyways, after that, I wasn't really mad at him. I was only mad at the fact that he didn't tell me that happened, that his ex was talking shit about me. So I didn't tell him anything afterwards, after the class. I'm the type to be quiet, to shut the fuck up, and wait till after school to tell him something. So I did, and after school, I was with my friends. So, like, I was trolling the girl a little bit. Just wait. I texted my boyfriend after he gets out of practice. He texted me first, then I texted him. Why didn't you tell me your ex was talking shit about me? ? I wasn't mad. I was genuinely curious. Like, why didn't you tell me? So he was like, because I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Now I'm even more mad. Like, what? Y'all, don't come on here and hate on my boyfriend. He did nothing wrong. He was genuinely defending me. Little screenshots here. I don't fucking know. Anywho, I asked for a picture and the girl's number. I wanted to text the girl. He told me not to. I don't go fuck. I'm gonna text her. When it comes to me getting, like, hated on, like, talk shit on, bitch, I don't go fuck. I get defensive. So I text the girl. Let's call her, we're gonna call her Stephanie. So I text the number and I'm like, hey, is this Stephanie? And I was calling her beforehand. Like, I was, like, fucking spamming her. Like, so I was with my friends at the moment. So I was like, okay, like, bitch, when I'm with my friends, I have the balls for anything. So we just wanted to troll her or whatever. But she never picked up. So I texted. I was like, oh, hey, is this Stephanie? And she answered, like, 2, 3, I don't know, a few minutes later, saying, like, yes. Unfortunately, I have no screenshots of me talking shit or, like, saying anything, but you best believe my friends and I sent her messages, so I hope she got her little hate comments. It was never that serious back then. Like, now that I look at it, I'm like, fuck, I should have left it. Like, I feel like I gave her the attention she probably wanted. I don't know, to me it was just, like, something stupid. Even though I regret it, but I don't, because bitch, fuck you. Let's just say that I don't think she's a good friend. So I humbled her. I don't care. I never will. I was like, girl, you're this, you're that. But yeah, there was more to it that I don't really want to add on because it'll probably be considered as bullying on TikTok. I don't want to get bananas. I don't want to get none of that. I like my account. I'm perfectly fine where I'm at. Anyways, this was just to entertain y'all. I don't know if I could have said the rest. I don't want to risk it. I'm not gonna risk it. So boyfriend, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. You probably didn't want that shit out there. Sorry. Anyways, that's the end of the little story time. Once again, for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, shout out to his friend, to my boyfriend. Yeah. Anyways, guys, this is the final look. I'm wearing a white crop top, ripped Aeropostale jeans, and my white sandals. Anyways, thank y'all for watching and bearing with me through my little story time. I hope y'all enjoyed it and got entertained. So bye, love y'all.
Me and my friend just paid some random girl to do a loyalty test on the guys we're talking to. So let me tell you about that. And get ready with me while I do. I'm going to the gym right now, so I'm like gonna try to get this like story out really quick, and I know the guys are gonna see this video, and oh my gosh, I know they're gonna whine about it and cry about it. Just shut up, honestly. We're not mentioning your names, so pipe down. Okay, so pretty much I went with my friend to Canton yesterday, and then we went and we got food. We got Panda Express, and then we went to Target. And if like you don't know, like us four, like me and my friend and then these two guys, like me and my friend will rage bait these guys for the entire time we're like talking, hanging out. Like we rage bait the shit out of them. For example, we're always like, shut the fuck up or take your shirt off, you know, like it's just stuff like that. Or just randomly would be like, wow, we've like never seen abs in person, so like, but it's a joke. Anyway, so me and my friend and then these two guys, we were like all in Target, and then we like split off. Me and my friend went to like some girly section, I don't know, and then they went to like the toy section or something. And like while me and my friend were like walking around, we like low-key like saw like two guys that were like behind us. We were joking that we're like, oh my god, like I bet you the guys we're with like told these guys to come up and like loyalty test us and see if like we'd give them our Snapchat, and like it was a joke. But then that just like sparked something in my head, and I was like, wait a minute, that's a good fucking idea. We should do that. So me and my friends start like walking around the store, and we're like trying to find a girl that's like close to our age and like that what we think will be like willing to do it. So eventually we see this one girl that's like by herself in like the makeup aisle or something, and we're like, this is the perfect one. She's like around our age, she's pretty, she's like seems like she'd be really nice, you know, whatever. So we walk up to her, and we like first we're like, do you have Cash App? And then we were like, wait, she's gonna think we want her to like pay for our stuff. And she was like, no, sorry, I don't have Cash App. And we were like, wait, hold on. We're like, we start explaining, we're like, we need you to go loyalty test our boyfriends. And she was like, we're like, we'll Cash App you, we'll pay you to do a loyalty test on our boyfriends. And she's like looking around, she's like, is this a prank? Like, is this a prank? Or you're like, you guys for real? And we're like, no, we're for real, girl. And we're like, just like go up and like ask for their snaps and see if they give it to us. And she's like, how long you guys been dating? And we're like, a couple months. Mind you, we're not even dating these people or like even like actually talking. I literally just got all ready, and then all that cut out because it connected to my car. So now I have to re-say all of it. But pretty much, we're not even dating or talking to these guys. We told her we were dating for like a couple months, and then she's like, okay. Even her mom got involved in it, her dad, because they came up and they're like, what is going on? Like, do you know these girls? And she was like, no, and we're like, we just met. And like her mom was like, oh my god, this is amazing, like this is great, like you know your answer, you need to leave them, like blah blah blah. So she like starts recording, we like add this girl on Snap and everything, and she like records it all. Basically she went up to them and she was like, hey, can I get your guys' Snap? Like I was just like wondering, like I thought you were really cute. And they're like, which one? And she was like, both. Tell me why. No hesitation. He gives out his full entire Snap, even spells it for her. Say his name was like Sam Johnson 1234. He was like, it went something like this. She was like, hey, can I get your Snap? Sam Johnson 1234 SAM. Like, no hesitation. He folded, zero pressure. So she comes back and she like tells us all of this, and we're like, what the fuck? Like, no way. Mind you, the other boy that we were with, he's like sat there. He never said anything. So anyway, so we walk up to them. We nonchalant. We like walk up. We like act like we don't know anything. And they like look really weird. Like they look like they're guilty, but they say nothing. So we get in our car, and me and my friend, we just like keep playing these like cheater songs, you know. And every time it gets to a part about like cheating, we like would stare at them and like scream it, like sing it like really loud. It was so funny. And I feel like they low-key started catching on a little bit. But then my friend put her lock screen as the girl's Snapchat, and like they saw it, and then they were like, they should have known, like they know we'd do something like this.
And then we start playing the video that the girl sent us, and he literally folded under zero pressure. And he was just like, he was like silent. He didn't really say anything. He was just like, we aren't talking. We aren't dating. And we're obviously like, we're calling him a cheater and everything, like rage bitting them. And he was like low-key getting pissed. Like, bro, you just fucking gave out your snap to a random fucking girl. But me and this girl, like, we are like all like really good friends now. Not the two guys, obviously. But we like love this girl. So like if she sees this, I doubt she will. But like shout out to you. You're a real one. But it was literally like so funny, and they were getting like so heated. And I know they're gonna be mad when they see this video, but I'm like, we cranked the fucking video full blast of him just giving out his full fucking Snapchat, spelling it and everything. Zero pressure, he folded under zero pressure. But it was funny as fuck. So if you guys need any like more tips, like just let me know. I think that's good. So that was the story how me and my friend paid a random girl at Target to loyalty test these two random guys we're talking to. I recommend everyone doing this. Like, I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. I'm gonna be doing this for every single guy now. Like, it's so easy too. Guys are so easy. More of the story, men are easy. All men do is lie. All men do is hide. All men do is cheat. So might as well find one that like actually has like money or something. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great day.
Get unready with me using products from La Roche-Posay that are great for sensitive skin.
Starting off with the cream cleanser, I love this product because it gently removes my makeup without stripping my skin. Then using this intensely hydrating and soothing serum to help calm down my sensitivity. I then use a calming hypoallergic eye cream and locking everything together with this soothing and refreshing gel cream. Good night!
I will never understand a crazy ex-girlfriend. So I've been seeing this guy for like maybe 3 weeks. I met this guy when we had a double date, and I followed him on Instagram like a couple days later. Within 24 hours, I had her following me on Instagram. When she accepts my follow request, she has a post of them up. It was from March, but I was like, oh my god, he literally has a girlfriend. I felt so bad. She has some more recent posts, and he hasn't liked any of those. A little fishy. So I texted him, and I was like, hey, random question, this girl named followed me on Instagram, and like, do you have a girlfriend? And he proceeded to call me and explained to me that this is his ex-girlfriend months ago. Like, she had to have gone through his whole following of like 700 and something people to find me, and then thought, wow, what a great idea, let me follow her. A few days later, I'd posted on Instagram and she commented on it. What was the thought process there? I tell him, came over and I told him, and I was like, hey, like, your ex-girlfriend's like really weird. Like, now she commented on my post, and so that's when he blocked her. Well, then I'm telling my mom about all this. I'm telling her about how crazy his ex-girlfriend is, but how great he is, and I just don't know what to do. So I show her like Instagram on like my mom's phone. My mom still follows my ex-boyfriend. Guess who's following my ex-boyfriend? Then she posted TikTok about the fact that she followed me and unarchived the post and all of that. So I sent it to him because it showed up on my For You page. So he knows how crazy she is and knows I'm not just making up. My assumption is she's just trying to scare me off, but it's honestly not working. He's amazing, and you fumbled the bag, girl.
Get ready with me while I tell you about how I just found out that I got cheated on my entire relationship. I added my ex's friend on Snapchat because I was trying to figure something out. I'm not going to get into that story, but I was like, yeah, before he went to jail, I caught him cheating. And I'm just going to make up a name because I don't want to, like, throw anyone under the bus. Anyways, and he was like, oh, yeah, he cheated on you with Ari. You figured that out? How'd you figure that out? It actually wasn't Ari. It was 3 other girls. Didn't know about that one, guys. Anyways, so I decided to call one of his, like, girl best friends. I don't really know. And she was like, wait, why do you care? Like, you're not with him. And I said, We've been dating for so long. Guys, I'm sorry, this is confusing. Basically, everyone knew that she was with him, but nobody knew that he was with me. Does that make sense? And he had a girlfriend our whole relationship. I'm in fucking shock. Like, we're not, like, he just recently broke up with me because he can't be in a relationship in jail. Whatever, I don't fucking, whatever. But, that's besides the point. But bro had a girlfriend the whole time. And from what everyone's saying, I was the side bitch because everyone knew except, like, our friend group. Like, including my sister, her boyfriend, me, my boyfriend, my guy best friend, Adrian, and, like, that, you know? Guys, it was, like, really bad last night. Like, I came home, I opened the door, and I was screaming and crying. And I was like, Mom, call Aunt Mandy, like, call my aunt. Because, like, my aunt is, like, one of my comfort people. Like, I love my mom and my aunt. And so my mom called her, and I was just screaming, what the fuck? I was just screaming, like, I should have never fucking got back with him. Like, it was bad. And then I was like crying for hours, and now I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? And he doesn't know that I know yet, but the next time he calls me, I'm gonna say, excuse me, listen to me. I'm gonna say everything that I know. And I would be like, fuck you, never fucking talk to me again. And I'm pressing that hang up button, and I'm never speaking to him again. Oh, and I'm gonna let him sit in there and think about that shit. I'm gonna let him sit in jail and do nothing but think and think and think about it. I'm not answering him. I don't care. I think he still has like 5 more months. I don't care. I'm not calling him on Christmas. I'm not calling him on New Year's. He can sit in there and think about that. Matter of fact, he can call her. I wonder if he has been calling her in there, because he would always like talk to me for like a couple of minutes, and then he would like hang up, and he would say that he's on the phone all day, but with who? And he always said that he was on the phone with his sister all day, but like, I don't think that's true. Anyways, guys, again, I apologize for not being active. Hopefully y'all didn't think I was dead, but no, bitches, I'm back. I'm back better than ever. And matter of fact, I don't even know, guys. I'm in shock. Like, what is my life? Like, guys, I Ubered him. I like went on a trip, and I was like, oh my God, I really wish he was here. I Ubered him for like $170 just so that I could be with him the whole time he had another girlfriend. I'm sorry if this story time is like kind of confusing, guys. Like, it's hard to explain. Unless if you know everyone, it's hard to explain, and I don't feel like doing like that fake name because I'm gonna get like mixed up. But just know my whole entire relationship, there was another girlfriend, and apparently I was the side bitch. That's a first. That's definitely a first. Whatever. And the funniest thing is that his friends have been trying to like not get with me, but like, you know, and I still respect him, you know, like but now I don't. Fuck that. My sister's boyfriend texted the guy who cheated on me, his cousin, and was like, does he have a girlfriend? And he goes, I don't know. Bitch, you know. Also, guys, keep in mind, this guy called me 2 years straight. Every day, begging to get back with me. He would call me every day, multiple times. He would beg my sister, please just talk to Megan. Please, please, please get her to get back with me. I'll do anything. Like, bro made Snapchat accounts, TikTok accounts. He showed up to my house multiple different times with flowers. He went so far to get me back. He finally did after 2 years. 2 years. And he pulls that. Also, ruined every single relationship I got into. Fought 2 of them. He just went the extra mile to ruin anything he could. Just to get me back. And then he does that. The story of my life, I'll take her home. Oh. Anyways, guys, I'm going to try to be active again. I'm very sorry that, like, I haven't been active. But me and my best friend have low-key been out in the streets again. Because we're, like, unbanned from seeing each other. Anyways, that's it. Thank you guys for watching and listening to my tea. I hope everyone has a great day. I love you guys. Bye.